Hello there, everybody. This is your boy Germ. Just wanted to come through before this episode really gets started and let you know that this episode has been a pain in the ass. I originally recorded this as a video. It was just being too much trouble. For those of you who listen to me on something other than Spotify, you might have saw this one actually released, but it was not on Spotify just due to some just publishing issues that I was having. But here it is, the audio only version. I am still recording video episodes, but I wanted to get this one out. I've been stuck on trying to figure out what the fuck's going on with it for a week. But there you go. Enjoy the show. Have a good rest of your day, and I appreciate y'all so much for listening. And I think I'm probably going to repeat this. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's your boy Germ, and you're tuned into another episode of Kinetic Aesthetic. And I'm not alone. I'm joined by two of my good homies. I, of course, have got Mr. Dre Olives.
Hello. Hello.
He is multitasking right now. He is gaming. He is participating in the podcast, and this nigga is streaming on something else right now, probably.
I'm not streaming.
Oh, okay.
I'm
He's
just
not streaming, so I can say
getting
what
my
the fuck
ass
I
kicked in
want.
Tekken.
He's getting his ass whooped in Tekken.
You can't say what the fuck you want. You're going on Spotify. It's a heads up there, buddy.
True. And of course, I'm joined by the one, the only, Ian.
Yo, what it do?
And today, I wanted to talk about just something that I've been seeing going on that's been a little crazy to me, and that is this whole Chris Rock situation. When I say situation at this point, I mean just the fact that it feels like everybody and their mama has decided that despite the fact that he was slapped on national television in front of everybody, fuck this dude. Like, I knew it reached a boiling point when I was just chilling. I was at my desk at work, and I just saw a news headline pop up when I went to the little side thing. And it was some British newscaster just talking about how all of a sudden he just had to say, Chris Rock was the worst person I ever interviewed. Like, I couldn't stand him. Like, it just made me think to myself, like, what did this man do to piss this many people off? And I don't know. It feels like everybody hates Chris is sort of a real thing. So I don't know. Andre, how do you feel about it?
I agree. I think in the industry, he has to be unliked, just in general. Even for a comedian. I think he is in the complete right in this situation. But I think he hasn't made certain friends in some of the areas in the industry that, like, it's kind of easier to be like, oh, this guy's a fucking goofy. You know what I mean? Like, I wish I could have slapped him. But I do think Will Smith is corny as hell for that slap. But more, it's just, I don't know. Like, I think he just took it out on Chris Rock. It just seems like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It
Like,
wasn't really fair to him.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, like, it was like, I don't think Chris Rock's liked, and I can see why. I mean, I've seen some clips around about him, and I'm like, okay, yeah. I probably wouldn't fuck with him either. But it's also like, Will Smith isn't the hero in the situation. It's like two shitty people, it seems like.
I feel like Will Smith had a real personal moment when that happened. Like, that was deeper than just that moment. I've seen, like, he felt like he had to defend his wife. He had to do whatever he had to do, and that was just based on some other shit on top of all of that. Like, it wasn't necessarily like Chris Rock is like the root of all his issues.
Yeah, I agree with that. And it also seems like even Chris Rock kind of touches on in the special, they kind of already had, like, friction with, like, the previous Oscars.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Ian, what do you think?
No, I agree. I've definitely been seeing a lot of Chris Rock hate recently, obviously because of that, because of, you know, the slap and the special he did. Even regular people on Facebook, I've been seeing a lot, and they're just like, I've never thought Chris Rock was funny anyway.
Sure, right?
We weren't all laughing at his shit. Like, his show wasn't popular for a reason.
Yeah, no, Chris Rock's not funny. Let's all pretend that. God, people on the internet, man.
Like, he's Chris Rock. Like, if he wasn't funny, he wouldn't be Chris Rock.
Exactly.
But yeah, I agree. I mean, don't get me wrong, right? Like, I love Will Smith as an actor. I never really cared about him as a person. Not when I say I didn't really care, I mean like I liked him for his movies. So like I genuinely did not care about his personal life, right?
Yeah.
Movie wise, fantastic person, right? He's a great actor. So I don't know. For me personally, like I agree that going up there and slapping Chris Rock was a horrible idea. Is that going to stop you from watching this movie? I'm gonna be honest, probably not.
No.
No.
iRobot's still gonna be watched.
No,
Okay,
iRobot,
I'm sorry.
Hancock too. Like
Still classics.
he's got a lot of stuff coming that I'm definitely gonna see. But can I acknowledge the fact that he fucked up? Absolutely. And I think a lot of the Chris Rock hate right now, I've been seeing a lot of people talking about, like he's trying to profit off of what happened and blah blah blah, and I'm like, one, why not? Right?
I mean, yeah, that's something horrible that happened to him. It's damn near a tragic, like that's enough to give somebody traumatic shit.
Yeah.
Just getting slapped in front of the world, having everybody know you're the butt of a joke. Like you got your ass slapped, and you just had to sit there and take it.
He got his ass slapped. That was crazy when that happened.
That was crazy. I remember we were sitting. Julian was the one who broke that to everybody. He just said,
that was a television
Yeah.
moment, though. Can't lie.
television moment.
History. Not the
Imagine
good
being
way.
on the butt end of that.
Yeah,
That's like Taylor Swift. Imagine being Taylor Swift after Kanye just come in and steal your.
that was a television moment too. Yeah.
Exactly. Like those are moments in pop culture history. So
It's like damn, they are human. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
exactly.
That's what those moments are. It's like damn, they are people.
Right, like somebody just
They're gonna
got
do
their
some
ass
dumb
back on
shit
the
eventually. Yeah, eventually they're just gonna do something wild.
I haven't seen that. I don't know if you guys have, but I haven't seen the special yet. But I heard he goes in.
I saw the part where he starts talking about it, and he even mentioned he was like so when I mentioned that they had beef beforehand, it was over Jada was saying that Chris Rock should not it was when she was protesting the Oscars because she was saying that there's not a lot of black representation, and that was kind of spawned off of Will Smith not getting nominated for anything for the Concussion movie.
Gotcha.
And and his joke it's pretty funny. He kind of messes up the delivery because he's kind of heated when he's talking about it, but the joke's pretty funny. He's like, "She got mad at me for not processing the Oscars for Concussion, and the next year the man comes and gives me a fucking concussion."
I haven't watched it either, but that does sound funny. So, I mean, I don't know. I just don't know what people. I don't know if this is like. What is it about comedians that always just make them so easy to hate for people?
Because they talk, because they make jokes
they talk shit. They talk shit. They talk
they
real
talk
shit. They will say their jokes are going to be based in reality for the most part. And it's also like I remember there's comments that are like, "Man, I don't blame Will Smith. I'll do that shit too." Blah 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 blah. It's like, please don't ever go to a comedy show.
Right.
All right, please just don't ever go.
Is,
like, there are some comedians that literally thrive off of like crowd work where they fucking roast the fuck out of people there. All right, there's been one roasting the fuck out of a dude's autistic brother.
Oh my goodness!
Like I watched it on TikTok and it was funny, and the family was laughing. It was a comedy show. They kind of knew what they were expecting.
He didn't go too far, right?
And also, just a quick: is my mic too loud?
Nah.
Okay.
He didn't go too far as he was like roasting this guy.
Oh, he was going kind of far, but it was funny.
No, yeah, I've seen a lot of videos on TikTok of comedians, right, getting heckled by like people in the fucking crowd, like because they don't like the jokes, and it's just like, and the comedian's just like, if you don't like it, you can fucking leave. you know, or like
there's one
where they'll say that, they'll be like, bro, you came to a comedy show and didn't know what to expect. This is on you, like.
There's one where it was a guy. He was half black, but you could tell if you look carefully, right? But like it was kind of hard to tell. He was really light skinned, but he was definitely like half black. you could see the like just the way he looked and like the skin tone not being like, he was like, this is not a white
Yeah.
guy, right? And I guess black lady in the audience, because he was telling some race jokes, she was like, "You are the biggest racist." It was like a black lady like getting really upset, and he was like, "I'm sorry," and then she keeps going. And then he was like, "You think that's racist?" He's like, "I could get worse." He's like, I could get worse. And then she's like yelling at him, and the boyfriend's like walking around. He's like, "Bye, Kamala Harris," and then she just starts crying, like she fucking freaks out. like, but the dude's half black, right? But it's just like some people, I don't think you gotta be ready. If I'm going to a comedian, like a comedy show, and someone's saying offensive shit or is roasting the fuck out of me, will I be embarrassed? Yes. Will I be angry? No.
Yeah.
Like, I went to a comedy show. It's usually people that are in the front, right, that are going to be, like, if I'm in that position, I'll be like, damn, I might get roasted. So, like,
Kick out of the crowd.
yeah. And then in the Oscars, so this is my next point. In the Oscars, they do usually have, like, a comedian host it, right? And they do usually roast. I mean, Ricky Gervais, when he was hosting, I think it was the Oscars when he was hosting, made a comment about Caitlyn Jenner killing someone in a hit and run.
Oh, shit.
Like, literally, like, they're, like, and you're going to be mad about an alopecia joke? Okay, I'm sorry. Like, at first off, the dude didn't even know you had alopecia. He was just making a comment about you being, like, it's like, yeah, you could say that you would go and hit someone.
I think Chris Rock knew that, though. To be fair, I think he knew that.
Even if he didn't, like, who cares? It's a comedy.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
No.
It's not enough to go up there and do that, and then. But for me, my biggest thing, because I can understand, it's like those people. Well, it's just going to be those people, but it feels like it was just like it turned into just an opportunity to dump
shit on him.
Yeah. And then I think still got me a little confused.
I don't think he's liked in the industry, and I know I know some people don't like him because he was a big comedian with the like. There's a difference between like a black person like calling them the N-word with the A compared to the ER. And I remember back in the day, a lot of like racist people would use. I remember I got in an argument with a dude in college because he said it, and I'm like, oh, and I was like, that's racist. He's like, no, there's a different. I'm like, no, man, I'm sorry, that's like like he said the hard R, and I'm like, he's like, I'm not talking about like the normal black. I'm like, no, dude, that's like legitimately racist. But and that that's a common thing white people were using.
It's funny you say that. Because as I was doing research for this episode, and I just wanted to let people know, when you do research on the Chris Rock, like that's one of the first things that shows up when you think about Chris Rock, when you search up Chris Rock on Google.
And
like
then the second
famous sketch, like just set from him.
Yeah, and then the second thing, and you probably saw it too when you were looking it up, was in the video where he's with Ricky Gervais, Louis C.K., and Jerry Seinfeld, and he's like letting Ricky Gervais and Louis C.K. use a hard R, and even Seinfeld's like, you guys can't be saying that. And then they're like, well, he's fine with it, like pointing to Chris Rock, like he's fine with it. They're all laughing it off. He's like, no, he's like, you got to stop that.
Yeah. Damn.
Like, so I think, and before, I'm sorry, I know I'm going for a while, but to wrap up my point, I think that's why when you saw Will Smith slap the fuck out of him, you saw all those like prominent like African American actors and stuff like that go and check up on Will Smith, and no one gave a fuck about Chris Rock. Like, didn't Denzel run to Will Smith and like give him a hug or something? Like,
damn.
I'm gonna say this: I did not know about that whole video with him and Louis C.K. and Jerry Seinfeld. I hadn't seen that. That completely changes my whole sort of mindset on just. I think I still agree he's getting done dirty. Regardless.
He's getting done dirty, but I think it's like the time because I think, and then also the way he ends the joke, I think kind of like solidified the point why he kind of rubs people the wrong way. He was like, I wouldn't do that, or I wouldn't fight back because my mom taught me not to fight in front of white people. Mm-hmm. Like that's kind of how that joke ends. And I think for some people that's like, you know, I think what he's saying is like you don't want to make an example of what they assume you are, but I think for other people it's like, why do you have to hold the standards of how white people view you higher than like the standards of how you interact with like black people?
Yeah.
So I think all those combining is why I think people are dunking on him. And I agree with you. I don't think it's right to dunk on him for getting slapped. But I think it was like a bubble, right? A bubble waiting to kind of pop about people and their opinions on Chris Rock.
I just think that, well, I just hope that after a certain point, people do understand that, Chris Rock is not the worst motherfucker in the world.
No.
Oh no.
That's my main thing. And then my main point is because it's like, he don't deserve to just be like,
No.
to the weight tab. Like, I'm happy that Dave Chappelle, like, and again, Dave Chappelle, as much as that, he a legend to me still, but he's a problematic ass motherfucker. So,
but yeah, the thing is, it's like you don't want to encourage these comedians to get fucking assaulted on stage. That opens a can of worms. And what happened a little after that? That dude ran on stage to Dave Chappelle.
Right.
Like, look, I think Dave Chappelle's still funny with some of his jokes, but I do think his newer stuff is more like old man is out of touch with like where society's headed, just in general, right? No matter what you feel about trans or anything, you just got to understand like the public is kind of like whatever at this point, like they can do whatever. Exactly. And he seems to be kind of like fighting an invisible enemy. But I don't think he should be assaulted for what he's saying.
Exactly. And
it's not like he's like a politician going around like this is the right opinion. It's a comedian, and if you're getting your moral grandstanding from a comedian, or you're like my philosophy is guided by Dave Chappelle, I was like, yeah, you probably need to reevaluate some things in your life because your morality should not be guided by a comedian or any entertainer.
Yeah,
I agree. I think it's like you said, a lot of people they associate these as comedians and other just non-political figures, just entertainers, with their ideas of morality and what is important and what they should be holding true. And then they try to they hold motherfuckers to just insane standards when at the end of the day, especially, you can't hold a motherfucker that's not supposed to be held to that standard. No. That's not what any actor signs up for. That's not what. If
you don't understand comedy, get the fuck out the space. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
I think if you don't get it, if you find it offensive, it's not for you. You don't have to indulge in it. And that's okay. Right?
It is.
It's just okay. But yeah, what the fuck? Like, people need to stop thinking like it's okay to like assault these people just because he doesn't. And like you said, with Chris Rock stuff, it's like troubling or problematic at most, right? It's not like he's out here touching kids, assaulting women, doing shit like that. It's not enough to like hate the man. You can dislike him, but to hate him and think he should be assaulted, you're smoking dicks. I'm sorry, you're smoking dicks. If you like, it's like, yeah, he's a weird for that, right? He's like probably a little too like trying to get like, I don't know. He's weird for like that conversation with Ricky Gervais and stuff. He's weird for that skit he had back in the day. And honestly, he has revoked that skit and said that he's like retiring it.
I'm just gonna throw it out there.
It's true. They're smoking dicks. Like, he has like said he regretted the N-word, N-A, and like with the A and ER because it's used by racists. Like, he's acknowledged that. But it's like, even if he didn't, like, you don't assault him. Like, the man doesn't deserve to be assaulted, and dogs are being assaulted. But I think you actually made this point too. It's like, it's just kind of like the people are waiting for a problem to happen.
Yeah,
exactly. Ian, you got anything else you want to say?
Yeah, I talk too much. I'm sorry.
You're good. No, I mean, you pretty much hit it.
Honestly, very well.
Yeah, I mean, it's and I 100% agree that it's like kind of like what I said earlier. It's comedy. There's a lot of people out there who can laugh at dark humor, that kind of stuff. And if you can't, then you don't have to go. As much as people might not like his views, it's like you said, Andre, it's not enough to get slapped over.
Yeah.
It's like you said, he's a comedian. He's not a politician. He's not, somebody running for a public office. He's a fucking comedian.
Exactly. He's not leading like social change where like his actions are gonna like. It's unfortunate that skit is used by racists a lot, but it's not like he was like of fucking working to make that the thing, right? He was telling the fucking joke, and then people again, right? This goes back to like what I kind of said with the Chappelle situation, are taking their fucking morality from a comedian, and then I think, in context, just the kind of person I am, I'm very like, I try to be very politically correct, right? But I also like love comedy. Like Dave Chappelle, no matter even what my current gripes, is one of my top comedians. Bill Burr is a top comedian. Louis C.K. was one of, and you know what? If he never did that weird shit, would still be in my top 5. And these are wildly politically incorrect comedians. But it's like comedy. I'm going for comedy. I'm not going to be like, oh, my feelings, my opinions. Oh no.
I feel like comedy is one of those places where, regardless of how you feel about something, regardless of what you are insecure about, you have got to go in understanding and expecting that boundary is going to be crossed. You are going to hear shit that outside of that venue, outside of that setting, that's the type of shit that might set you off, that might trigger you. But there, you just gonna have to laugh that shit off or take it on the chin. If you're dealing with a motherfucker that's gonna involve the audience and he points at you, be prepared to just
take it on the chin.
Maybe watch the comedian beforehand. Honestly, I would love for that to happen, but I know I'd be embarrassed. Continue, Ian.
I was on TikTok yesterday, and a comedian called a girl in the audience a side chick.
Was it the Spanish guy?
No, it's a white guy. I can't think of his name, but he's super fucking funny. It's a young guy. It's like he's pretty new.
Okay,
but it was a couple in the audience. It was a black guy and with his girlfriend. I don't know if she was white or black. I didn't watch the entire video. But he asked the guy's name and he told him, and then what did he ask? I think he asked if that was his girlfriend or whatever, and the guy just kind of laughs, and the comedian is like, shit. Damn, bro, like I've never been so sure in my life that about a side chick. And
yeah, like you go to a comedy, and then honestly, if the girl got offended, the guy might have not told her anything. But like, I feel for the most part, you just gotta laugh at that shit.
Yeah,
like even if it is true.
And then, like, if you make a big deal out of it, you just make yourself look like an ass in front of hundreds of people. You know what I mean?
You look really insecure, and that's what Will Smith ended up looking, right? Was very insecure, especially with the past of everything that's been going on with his relationship and stuff. Will Smith looked very insecure.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. It's all just really unfortunate, honestly. I don't know what else there really is to say about that whole situation without going back and getting into the whole entanglement saga. And I don't feel like doing that.
Oh, what
just in general though, it's hard because it's like it's Will Smith. You know what I mean?
He's the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air himself. Come on,
like that man. Like it's crazy because if you look back at his career, right? He started off as a musician, and then he got the Fresh Prince, and then before this happened, he was one of the greatest actors in Hollywood ever. And I mean, he still is, right? But this definitely has, even for me, right? This definitely has affected.
You look at him a little different because it's not just a slap; it's like the history behind the slap. It's like, man, you have some things you need to fix.
And it's crazy because I feel like his book came out just the year before.
Oh yeah, Emily and I went to when he was here in Chicago. We went to
the
show in the city.
And I feel like there was parts in the book that touched on this, like how he grew up having to see his mom go through a whole bunch of domestic violence, which is horrible, and how that sort of affected him and made him get to more of just a vulnerable state as a man. And you got your wife being insulted. You've already felt emasculated in front of the world potentially from all that other stuff.
And then you go and assault someone.
I never watched that Red Table Talk, but just that picture of him.
I cringed I couldn't finish it. It was so cringy. But you know what? It's like a more extreme example. But what you were just saying, Germ, reminded me of, and it's like stuck in my head because it was just such a tragic like events that unfolded. But I remember, I think it was Chris Brown on Oprah back in the day, and he used to talk about how his mom used to get abused and how that affected him, and really like changed him as a person. And I think it was literally a couple months later, and then my mom showed me. She's like, "Oh my god, this Chris Brown guy is such a sweetheart. Did you hear about what happened with his mom?" And she showed me the segment, and then a couple months later, the shit with Rihanna happened.
Damn.
And I just feel like things like that happen, right? Where you're like, someone's like, "Oh, this is the side that I've been around, and it's been, but I'm a better person." And then it's like a couple, like a year later, they're like, it's like, "Oh shit, you're just like that." You're repeating those things, which is a normal human thing, right? It's like we said about the TV moments. It's a very human thing where you do the sins of the father, right? You do repeat mistakes you grew up with, unfortunately. No matter, and sometimes you can break out of it, right? Like my dad grew up in a situation where there's like physical abuse. I've never been hit by the man at all, right? Like you could break out of it, but like some people can't.
Yeah. No, I got my ass.
No, I was a good ass kid. I was a good ass kid. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro, I was
if I have kids,
I was never really bad. It was
didn't listen.
School.
Oh yeah, that would do it. I was like, yeah, that would do it. I used to hide my report cards in high school. Like I was very on top of like making sure if I was fucking up, they didn't see. Like my progress reports would be ass, but I would realize it's ass and like turn it around, but I would make sure no one ever saw my progress report.
Bro, I couldn't avoid it. We had those nights where they had the parents come to the school.
Oh yeah. Those were rough. Those I used to feel so sick. I'd be like, oh, that's when my mom would find out. But sometimes she'd have to work, and I'd be like, oh yeah. But yeah, I just if I have a kid, I wish I had one like me. And I know that sounds terrible to say, but it's true.
I
was a good ass kid.
I only got my ass whooped twice. After that, I just had to get a lick, and I just knew I was.
Yeah. It was ingrained into you.
It's certain things that I can relate to when it comes to Will Smith's life, but I know it's other shit that I can't because it's not like he grew up in an easy part of Philly. Like he was, he had to grow up and see some shit and was around shit, and so I know.
Yeah.
It's probably a lot of shit that he has to deal with and go on, but he can't be going around slapping motherfuckers. And I just
you're a grown man now,
right? And I hate that it was two black men. I'll be honest. I really do hate that it was two black men doing that to each other, and that's.
I get it.
That's part. I'm not one of those people.
But do you feel like this?
Yeah. I was gonna say I'm not the type of motherfucker who thinks that we all have to like face the consequences for one fucked up shit that one of us does. But it just hates.
Unfortunately, we do.
No, we don't. Not for No, we don't.
We don't.
Do you think it makes it better that it was a slap? Because the fact that it's a slap makes it a little more silly. You know what I mean? Like if it was a punch, it's like whoa. But the fact that it's a slap, it's like whoa.
Just clocked him in the face on national TV.
I feel like that'd have been worse.
Yeah, that would have been like, bro, what the hell? Like, you just broke his jaw.
What the fuck did you just do? I think he would have gone to jail if he did that.
No, yeah. A slap was almost.
I feel like he could have. Yeah, it was like, that's a little sassy. That's a little spicy there, Will.
I'm still shook the fact that the man got a round of applause afterwards when he went to get up at.
Bro, that's when I knew people did not fuck with Chris Rock.
Fuck with you, bro. They don't fuck with you.
They don't fuck with you.
And was you about to say anything?
No.
But yeah. I think that is all I have to say about Chris Rock.
Yeah.
I think it's fucked up that he was getting slapped. I think it's fucked up that motherfuckers are dunking on him like this, but he had skeletons in his closet. Motherfuckers, I guess, was waiting for an opportunity and a reason to like sort of just be like, fuck this guy. And he gave it to him. revelations have been given to me by Andre. I didn't know about that Louis C.K. shit. You can't be doing that. Not as no grown ass man having that. I'm sorry. You can't be having no damn people just sitting around.
And they're
saying
grown men. Bro, the fact that Jerry Seinfeld had to be the good person in that situation was wild.
That's a weird story. It's a weird story.
It's like this man dates 18-year-olds and he's the moral high ground right now.
I didn't know that either. I didn't know that either.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I think we know why people don't like comedians.
Yeah, no, comedians are very strange people, I guess, normally. But that has been Kinetic Aesthetic. I want to say once again, thank you to everybody. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe on whatever streaming platform that you're listening in to us on. Again, thank you to my boy Dre Olives. We appreciate you coming through. Once again, appreciate my boy Ian coming through. The one, the only.
It's been a real one. It's been a good one.
And I want to say I appreciate you, the people all over the world who are listening in, who are tuning in, who are responding to the polls, who are doing all the other shit, who are staying engaged and interactive with us. Y'all have a good one. Have a blessed one. This is Kinetic Aesthetic. Have a good day.